Since Bentley's return to motorsport in 2014, the Continental GT3 has had great success. And now in 2018, the British marque is ready for its next challenge, a Pikes Peak record in a production SUV. It's the ultimate hill climbing test in North America, a 12.4-mile run to a 4,300-meter summit in the Rockies and known as the Race to the Clouds. The driver tasked with the challenge is King of the Mountains, Rhys Millen.
I received a phone call from Bentley UK to talk about an opportunity with a partnership for this year. They gave me a car for 3 weeks and was very impressed with the torque, delivery and gear splits and everything. And after that evaluation, I agreed to take on the project.
Initially, when we started looking at this program, we knew we had the product, the car for this, but we needed the right driver. The list of drivers throughout the years that have done production car records and multiple other ones. And Rhys's name just kept reoccurring. He's a fantastic driver at Pikes Peak. He holds multiple records there.
For Bentley to take on the record in a production class, there are strict rules and limited changes that can be made to the Bentayga.
The only work we really did to the car was the safety side of things, so installing a roll cage to it, putting the race seats in. So there's been limited changes to the car itself from a performance perspective. Within the centre console you have different characteristics for the powertrain, from Bentley to comfort to sport, and we're just selecting characteristics that work best for this record.
Because this is a production record that we're going for, so tweaking on shift points on transmissions, adjustable roll bars, and really optimizing the chassis to get the best performance, to get all of that power and torque to the ground. It's not an SUV, this thing is a race car. 606 horsepower and some 750 foot-pounds of torque, 6-litre twin-turbo W12. This thing is a beast.
A long way from home, the team picked Willow Springs Raceway in California for its initial shakedown due to its challenging characteristics similar to Pikes Peak.
We've chosen this location because of the style of circuit that's actually here. If you have a look at it, there's a lot of corners with elevation change on it, which emulates Pikes Peak. There's also a lot of short, straight sections into heavy hairpin corners, which means that there's short burst speed into heavy braking zones, which would build brake temperature, which you've then got to try and dissipate on the way out. So it's really a good test for the powertrain and chassis of this vehicle. So then we can really understand and predict what we're going to end up with when we get to Pikes Peak.
We started off with 3 to 4 lap stints. When we got thermal temperatures that were good, we then went for 12 lap stints that effectively would be a full pull or a full run of the Pikes Peak Raceway. From there we started tweaking with tyre pressures and really found a perfect balance in the chassis, to whereas we're turning time some 4 to 5 seconds faster than what I expected.
A successful test for us will be going away knowing an estimated time that we can go up Pikes Peak, knowing for sure what chassis setups we're going to use on the car, and having Rhys comfortable in the car so he has no fears going ahead into what is a very scary race to enter.
The test weekend proved vital for both Bentley and Rhys Millen, both camps working closely together to tackle everyday motorsport issues.
For this weekend, there is a collaboration between motorsport and the road car engineers, so we're using their expertise from powertrain, from chassis and electrical in order to support us and optimise this car as far as we can, along with the motorsport know-how of chassis setup really to get the best car we can get.
It's been great for me as a driver to witness the dynamics from my team having a lot of experience on Pikes Peak but knowing nothing about this vehicle, and them gelling together and learning everything that we can about the vehicle and applying it to this course that represents a lot of what Pikes Peak structure is about. So we bring the knowledge of the race, they bring the knowledge of the car, and from both sides we're working together to maximize the effort, and so far it's just been on point.
For the perennial Pikes Peak racer, Millen is ready to take on his next challenge, and with 14 records and 2 overall wins, the Bentayga is in good hands.
Biggest adrenaline rush is sitting on that start line on race day. You've got one shot to do the full distance. Start line is 9,500 feet. Your finish line, 14,112, 156 corners with 13 of those being first gear hairpins. This is a burst speed style of course. It's not a fast flowing Formula One style course, and the attributes of the torque of what this engine has and this chassis, how well it's working, and the last 2 days here, I think it's going to impress a lot of people on the mountain.